20-some years ago, I did pretty good racing carpet cars on an indoor oval. I even managed to win some races against guys that were half my age back then. When I got back in RC cars a few years ago, it became apparent that my star status behind the wheel had retired. And being older and wiser now, I realized I was going to need a bunch of practice, and probably a cheat or two. And before everybody gets worked up and starts calling me a cheater, which they're going to do anyways, I'm only doing this on my track, so I'm not taking prizes or money from anybody. One of the problems with all these ready-to-run cars is that they all come with their own radios, and that was going to be a problem. When I flew RC airplanes, I had one radio for a whole bunch of airplanes, and I needed to do the same thing for these cars. Plus, the better car radios now also have a lot of the features that we had in their airplane radios, and I wanted to use those as well. This is the Spektrum DX5 Pro that I got to solve a lot of these issues. This radio's got all the features that I wanted, plus a whole bunch that I don't understand yet. The good news for me is that all the cars on the table here are in this one radio. That's all I need to take when I go out. The downside is I only need 230 some more cars and this radio's going to be filled up. One of the things I didn't expect was how comfortable this radio is to use. Somebody spent some time figuring out how to shape this thing and where to put everything. I honestly don't know what all these buttons are for, and so far I don't need them, so I don't have to learn it right now. If I ever take this radio to the track, I can always make like I'm pushing all these buttons and make people think I'm doing things. This wheel on the side of the radio is how you navigate the list of things that you can adjust or do with this radio, and it's impressive. This radio has way too many features to go into in this video. I'll just touch on a couple of the important ones for what I'm doing today. But we'll start with the reason I bought this radio in the first place, and that's this list of models. When you select any of those cars, they come up with their own list of features and settings. And Bigfoot's at the bottom of the list because I just added that because we're going to cheat this one up today. This is the receiver I put in my cars to make them compatible with this radio. And because it has that ABC deal, and that's a great learning tool. It's actually a gyro, but we're old, so we call it a learning tool. This is the Traxxas receiver that we'll be replacing. This really is a simple swap, because it seems like most of the receivers in this class are roughly the same size. I have servo tape on the bottom of the receiver, and it just drops right in. Plug it in, bind it, and check it, make sure that it functions, and we're ready to close it up. When you enable ABC, it installs these settings, and you could just drive away and tune it from there if you like. Simply put, the gains are how aggressive the corrections will be, and priority is how easily you can override those corrections. I really like Spektrum's ABC because it's so easy to tune and you can make such fine adjustments. Start out with the ABC more aggressive, then as you learn and get more comfortable, start backing that down so you're doing more on your own. You'll always be faster doing it yourself. The ABC is a great tool to help you learn how to drive the car. These are some of the first laps with the Bigfoot with the ABC turned on. I left some of these clips in just to show you that stability control or not, you need to drive the car. Here I hit the brakes way too early and way too hard, and that ABC just told me, give it another try there, buddy. It did spin with a lot of stability, though. Here I tried stuffing it in early, and the ABC let me go get a car wash. The point is that no stability can fix everything. Here I didn't let the truck rotate enough. When I got back on the gas, and that ABC just said, well, he wants to go straight, so that's where we went. Here I was way too wide when I started turning into the corner. In this case, I think the ABC may have helped me catch the car and get it through the rest of the turn. That let me continue the lap so I could come back and try a better quarter entry. And this is the next lap. It's still a little late coming in, but I did better on the brakes and have a lot better line through the turn. When you get the car too sideways, the ABC starts taking a little bit of throttle out of it. As we get better hitting our marks, we can turn the ABC down and use more throttle getting off of the turn, and that speeds the whole lap up. Remember, we can adjust how aggressive the ABC is with steering and throttle independently. If you like taking the car into the turn hard, hitting the brakes hard, and then using the gas to dig your way out, you can tone down the throttle control. As you get more comfortable with the car, you reduce how much influence the radio has and your lap times will get faster yet. You let the radio stabilize the steering as you gas it down the straightaway so you can learn where to set up the car to enter the next corner. The ABC lets us get more laps at speed, and that accelerates the learning process a bunch. Learning how to cut a corner and carry some speed while you're doing it can be really frustrating. The ABC doesn't know where to turn in, how hard to hit the brakes, how long to wait for it to rotate, and when to get back on the gas. Can help stabilize the car some while you learn all that. When you're racing other cars, it's just as important to know how to run a high line to make some passes. All the marks are going to be a little different for a line like that, and the ABC can help give you the time to find those marks and learn how to hit them. The ABC system doesn't have a clue on how to broad slide a turn. But when you figure out the settings for your style of driving and get some practice in, the results can be kind of spectacular. It is real fun having the Bigfoot go around the corners sideways, slinging mud all over the neighborhood. Pitching the car sideways and throwing a bunch of dirt just makes my day. This is in the second battery pack with the ABC working, and I haven't changed anything. My track is normally way drier than this, so I'm going to wait until it dries out some before I start doing the final settings. And that's probably going to mean I'm going to have to run a bunch more laps to try and dry this thing out. Oh, woe is me.